Hello and welcome to another video from TheSavageTrout on YouTube. And finally, it is my F1 2013 career mode making its return after God knows how long. And it's not exactly been smooth sailing this return, much like my FIFA return. This new name really isn't bringing me much success at all. We qualified 16th. Let's just say there was a complete cock up in the works, really, because basically I exited out, or I did a mid-session save and exited to the menu just at the start of Q1. I just wanted to check that the AI difficulty was right, and basically I forgot about the whole Parc Ferme thing, and I'm now locked in with a default setup. Which has really cost me big time over this weekend so far. We're still relatively on the pace in first qualifying. We were 4th, we weren't too far off our teammate, but I just couldn't get a lap in Q2 for some reason. It was either corner cuts or crashing. I just made it way too difficult for myself, put myself under pressure, and it ended up with absolutely no lap time whatsoever. So we're now starting 16th with our teammate up in 2nd. So it's not going to be the funnest race. We're actually going to start on options here instead of primes. Look at that, 68% those tyres. But yeah, we're going to start on options. I just want to try and get a good start here. We also had an R&D, but we actually kind of failed it, just because it was... Basically, I think it was an R&D for dry conditions, but it was absolutely hammering it down with rain. You had to keep on the throttle for like 70% of the lap, and it was raining like hell around the track where there's very, very little amount of straight. So I mean, it was virtually impossible to even get the target time. The quickest time in the whole session was I think 2 minutes or something, and the target time was 1 minute 57. So anyway, we are getting ready for the start here. We've got Perez behind me, who had an equally woeful qualifying. We know we're keeping it in standard, but we need a good start here as per usual. Till looks like he's on primes. That's interesting to see. We've actually got a decent start. We've got as good a start as Ricciardo got, and we're trying to find our way round the outside of everyone here. Maybe looking for a gap on the inside now. Oh, we've been hit by Bottas. That's not helped us at all. But we may be up to... Yep, we're up to 10th place. And they're very, very slow there. And there's a loss of wing. I don't know what was going on there. Grosjean hit into the side of me. And Hamilton is down to 7th. He started, I think, 5th, actually. But we're up to 7th. But we have lost a bit of our wing. Can we go around the outside of Verne? Yes, we can. That's a good move there. That's helped us immensely. And Sebastian Vettel, who started on pole position, is down to 5th place, and our teammate Fernando Alonso leads. That is crucial for the championship. Something's happened back there. There's a yellow flag out. By the way, I also forgot to point out, oh bloody hell, it's a major corner cut. I thought it was a penalty for a second. But I also forgot to mention that I also have selected a rival for the rest of the season as well. Mark Webber, as you can see, the blue dot on the screen there, in 3rd place by the looks of it. That's not been a bad start from him either. Looks like whoever's in 2nd place is right up the arse of Fernando Alonso. As I've been struggling with that corner all flipping weekend. I just seem to get so much understeer through there. In fact, the whole last sector I just don't get along with around this track, to be honest. But Alonso's really backing the pack up a bit here. So I don't look like anyone's going to get away here. And this good start has put me back in the hunt, even if I don't have a great setup. I thought it'd be difficult to get top 5 in this race, but that's given me rejuvenated hope, considering I've gained pretty much 10 positions there, and we're keeping on the back of Sebastian Vettel as well. I think it's Nico Rosberg in 2nd, and probably Kimi Raikkonen up there as well. I'm going to lose out pretty badly in the pit stops though, just simply because of that yellow wing that I got. That was a bit of a weird collision. I think Grosjean just seemed to try and steam around the outside of me, lost his wing on me, and then that just catapulted me forwards into Bottas, I think it was, as we got 2 laps of fuel here, so we're going to absolutely push and try and get into the back of Sebastian Vettel, although passing him will be another story probably. Although we will get a bit of luck with all the other teams holding each other up here, or kind of not having to stack, so you know what I mean. Alonso really isn't running away with this, so it really is close between the top 5, as we really need to take those corners better. I've been struggling with that part of the track. Pretty much just that part of the track onwards is terrible for me. I really don't like this track at all, but luckily Werner's doing us a superb job of just holding everyone up behind, so it's helping us immensely, which will help us in the pit stops as well, because we can solely focus on the guys in front for the rest of this race, and we really need to tone down on these corner cuts. I don't know what I'm doing at the moment. Oh Jesus, that was a late braking move into there. Looks like Webber's holding up the 2 in front, or the 2 behind him I should say, as we're really not making many inroads into Sebastian Vettel, despite turning up to Rich, as we've somewhat run wide there as well. That's a bit disappointing. We really are struggling to get anywhere near Vettel and the cars in front at the moment, which is not too surprising, to be honest, considering I've got the default strategy, or setup I should say, and I'm also struggling immensely with this yellow front wing, as we're trying to avoid the wall there. It's not comfortable driving this car at the moment, because you just feel like it could go in the wrong direction, or something could go wrong at any second. Rosberger's really pressuring Alonso by the looks of it up there, which is really keeping the pack closely, well, just really close. I'm also going to have the problem here of Alonso pitting, because he's going to be in front of me, and we're not going to be able to stack here, so I might go for the undercut potentially. I really don't want to be out ahead, or sorry, not out ahead, I don't want to be flipping still out there when everyone's pitted and losing time, especially with a yellow wing. So I may try and go for the undercut here, even if I will be on absolutely battered tyres at the end. And it looks like Hamilton's up to 7th, so we might have a bit of pressure coming on from behind us, as the battle really has been joined at the front. It is right, the top 5 are really close. So we would love a collision here just between the top 5 to gift us first place, and make it easy for our first win this season. But I don't know if that's going to happen. It's definitely helping us close up though to the cars ahead, as we do seem to be setting into a bit of a rhythm now, because that's been quite a nice lap, but we're still not really making any inroads. The gap's just kind of staying the same, as we really keep running pissing wide through there. Quite frustrating at the moment, that nothing can really go my way here, because I really think, just looking at how close it is, that if I didn't make the mess up with my setup and everything had gone according to plan, I could be winning this race by quite a big margin already, but sadly it's not the case, and we're having to persevere on here in 6th place instead, but a podium is still reachable here, I think, if we really push and we're really ballsy. Maybe, hopefully, we can hope for a bit of wing loss from one of the other drivers in front of us, if they go for a bold move or something up ahead, so we can kind of gain time on them with the undercut, instead of kind of equaling it out just thanks to the flipping wing changes. We've hit the wall again there. Oh Jesus, that's a major lock up through there. I don't know how he made the corner there, to be honest, as Hamilton is really catching us up by the looks of it, and it's really frustrating how they're battling so hard in front, but I'm still not catching up. It's really frustrating. But I don't know what's wrong with Alonso. Maybe he's got some kind of issue, I don't know. I would have expected him to maybe be running away with this, but no one is running away with it, and the top 5 are right with each other, and I am really frustrated that I'm not with them. If I was still in a Sauber, I could... Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know what I'm doing there. And now we're going to have to go into the pits here, which I hate. I'm going to take the cheap line. The in-swing. Oh! Well, that's just ruined my race. Oof. Can we use a flashback? I'm going to be cheap here, sorry guys, but I don't know if I'll... Oh no, it must have just... I don't know why I got a penalty there then, because it obviously wasn't for that then. So we're getting the wing change. Hopefully we come out in clear air here. It looks like we might be able to, unless... Where's Perez? That's a crucial thing. Oh, he's there. We might just be coming... In fact, we are coming out behind him, although we might still have a bit... In fact, that could be perfect, because if we can get out in front of Chilton, this could be race-defining. Oh, no, we're behind him, and we have to be careful of the white line here as well, which we have been. Oh, my Lord, Hulkenberg. I don't know why he's down in 17th, but our former teammate has taken us there, and that's not going to help us at all. So it looks like there must have been some kind of collision in the midfield by the looks of it, because Hulkenberg, Gutierrez are all down here. We need to try and get past Hulkenberg here, otherwise things aren't going to be any easier trying to beat the cars that were in front of us before we pitted. But Hulkenberg obviously not having a good race here, and Sauber not having a good race either, especially since behind Max Chilton. But yeah, we've now got a last 11 laps on these tyres, so who knows, I think I could be struggling towards the end of this though. And it's also slightly worrying we're not making any inroads into Hulkenberg at all at the moment, and we've gone even slower through there. This is really reminded me of my Sauber days. There's some tracks where I will be able to compete with AI, and there's some tracks I won't be able to, and this is just not a good track for me whatsoever, and neither is the next one, Korea, to be frankly honest. Japan is the one that I'm looking at to win, unless it maybe rains, which might put a spanner in the works, but I think Japan is the one I'm looking at, because this is it's not a good track for me. As we're trying to go round the outside of Hulkenberg there, and that's one for the highlight reel. Beautiful move around the outside of my former teammate there, and we didn't crash into him for once. And don't tell me Chilton. Oh, Chilton's carried on. That's exactly the news I didn't want. As we're coming through past loads of cars here, and who's that up ahead? I think that's Rosberg as we go clean around the outside of... oh, is that... That is Rosberg, and he's gone incredibly slow through there. I think... Wait, I swear I just saw his front... Is that no front wing? Or has it disappeared? What the... I think that's no... Is that no front... That is no front wing on Rosberg, because Chilton's catching him. What has happened there? He's damaged his front wing. So, Nico Rosberg, for the second race in a row... In a row, having woe. What a terrible moment for him. Who the hell knows what happened there? How is that possible? You come out of the pits and you have no front wing. How do you manage that? That is certainly interesting. So Kimi Raikkonen is looking very strong in this race. So that's going to put us up to 5th place, which is very good news for us. Especially since Rosberg is ahead of us in the championship in 4th. So we're going to make inroads in on him if we don't crash out here or bottle it. Looks like Alonso's up there, so I'm not quite sure if Vettel's pitted, or one of the Red Bulls hasn't pitted by the looks of it. Not quite sure what that was from the race engineer, but Chilton in 11th, so that's quite a performance by him, although he's obviously going to be pitting this lap. It's a whole major oversteer through there, which I absolutely hate. Hamilton is flying at the moment, which is not good news for me at all. In fact, he must still be out there unless he somehow managed to jump me. So somehow he's just set that fastest lap going into the pits, I'm guessing. As we're going past a load of cars here, it doesn't really look like we're going to gain any positions. In fact, oh, look at that. Is that Mark Webber? In fact, Mark Webber, I think, has taken the lead. So we've selected this guy as our rival, and now he's decided that... Hang on a minute, no. He's in 2nd, so who the hell's leading this thing? Is Satil out there still on... Oh my lord, that's almost Hungary all over again there. Somehow Grosjean is now up to 2nd, so I don't know, is Hamilton still out there? I have no idea who is leading the Grand Prix at the moment. All I know is that theoretically it looks like Mark Webber's in a net lead here. So the man who we selected to be our rival is currently winning this race. I really didn't pick wisely there, did I? At all. but it looks like Alonso is harassing him, and he really needs to get past Mark Webber if he wants to continue his well, help his championship hopes, because he's currently ahead of Alonso, or he's currently ahead of Hamilton and Vettel, who are ahead of him in the championship. So after the woes that he had in Belgium, he really does need to gain points back on them in this race. So I mean, a win would be perfect for him, really, as we're just about keeping pace with Raikkonen here. He's kind of dropped off the front three, who I'm guessing is Webber, well, not front, well, the net front three, I'm just going to say, from now on until we get a definite leader. I think it's Webber from Alonso, from Vettel, from Raikkonen, from me, and I have no idea who's leading. As we're coming around this corner now, and we actually hit it to perfection there, and we're going to set our fastest lap as well. We're keeping up pace with... Oh, hello, that's the person coming out of the pits there. Is that... Who's that? Is that... That is Lewis Hamilton. So we've been relegated to 6th. Lewis Hamilton, I don't know what strategy he's done there, but he's pulled a cat out of the bag. How has he managed that? He was 3 seconds behind me when we came into the pits. So I had a front wing change, but he's gone 7 laps on the option tyres, and he's come out on prime tyres now. And he's got out ahead of me and Kimi Raikkonen. How the hell does that work? So we're now back down to 6 all of a sudden, although we're right on the back of Kimi Raikkonen now, until we just decided we're going to crash into the wall. So top 5 is definitely still a possibility here, but it looks like a podium chance is slipping from our grasp here, really. So we've really closed up on Raikkonen through there, thanks to... oh, hello, yellow flags are out. What's that all about? Not quite sure what those yellow flags are about, but they're in Sector 2, so they're not going to affect any of us. Oh man, that corner is just horrid. I think Sector 3 really is my downfall around this track. And I think we also need to get past Raikkonen ASAP here before the tyres start going as well. Getting into DRS would be nice around here as well. We're just about in DRS, I think. If we can nail this corner, which we just about have, and he's got a bit squirrely on the exit there. And we might have a go round the outside here, similar to Chilton, and we've taken him clean round the outside. We seem to be taking everyone round the outside in this race, and we're up to 5th place. And that might be the best we can do in this race unless something dramatic happens at the front. But I'm happy to have got Raikkonen there at least. We've nicely undercut him there. To somewhat of a degree anyway, as we slightly veered to the right there as I went a bit crazy with my analog stick. Hamilton is definitely... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, back to the pits. Back to the pits. We've lost
well... I'm speechless. I've got no more flashbacks left. I used it to rescind that penalty, and that's just a complete error by me. We could have had a solid 5th place there, and now we're going to have to struggle back to the pits now, and I think we'll be lucky to even get a top 10 here. What can I say about that? I don't know. Maybe it's this new name on YouTube. I think I maybe need to change it back, because the TheSavageTrout name is not going well at the moment. We've lost 2-0 to Exeter on my FIFA career mode, and it looks like for only the 3rd time, I believe, we're going to finish out of the points in a race. And look at that, Satil is in 8th place. I don't know if he's pitted yet or not. But yeah, look at that train of cars. In fact, Christ almighty, we're going to end up way down the field here, back to our qualifying position here, almost. So it's been a race of going forwards, backwards and everywhere, really, as we struggle to the pits here. We're going to put a set of options on here and just push to the end, but look at that, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I think we're going to be down in 15th here, I'm going to say. And this is going to be an extremely long video as well. what can I say about that? That's another car going past. That's Hulkenberg. Yeah, we are now down to 15th. And we've now, well, this has been a bit of a crazy race. We gained 10 places at the start. We got up to 5th, and now we're back down to 15th. And that one mistake has cost us so many places. Looks like this is going to be our finishing position now as well. Bitterly disappointing. I don't really know what I can say about this race. It looked like that could have been an interesting end to the race. Maybe it was Hamilton. Maybe we could have caught up the front three. But it's a stupid mistake, really. And I really am too prone to those mistakes at the moment. It happened in Hungary. It's just not good enough, really. But I mean, I guess I was due something like this, to be honest. I mean, 2 podiums, 2 seconds, and a 3rd in Britain. I've been on, apart from that Hungary race, I've been on quite the roll of form recently. I mean, the podium at the Silverstone, and then 5th place in the Nürburgring. Then we also had a bit of a blip, but then we had 2 second places when we went to Ferrari. So I mean, I was probably due another bad race here. This has been not quite as bad as Catalonia, but that one mistake has really cost us quite dearly.
You have a 6-second gap over the car behind. 6 seconds.
Oh man, major oversteer. But yeah, there's no way we're going to be able to catch Hulkenberg here, to be honest. The only thing I could pray for now is a safety car or something. Looks like Satil's pit, so we might be able to get him. In fact, it could be quite close with him here, so stay tuned, folks. This could still be an interesting race. Oh no, we've overtaken him. And although he is on option tyres, so you never know. Considering my pace in this race hasn't exactly been brilliant. But yeah, so we were 32 points behind Mark Webber before this race. I selected him as my rival, and now we're going to be 57 points behind him, with I'm going to say 6 races remaining. Let me think. Korea, Japan, India. Yeah, I think it's 6. So we're going to need a miracle, basically, to get back on terms with Mark Webber. Oh man, major struggle through there. Coming round that corner there, this is just trying to focus on my driving now, really. It's a very disappointing performance. I mean, 16th in qualifying and 14th in the race. This isn't good enough for Ferrari. I've truly earned my stripes as a number 2 driver here, almost imitating Felipe Massa in some respects with my driving here. Although at least I didn't cock up with the fuel, although that would have been quite impossible. Oh man, I don't know if I've got through that corner without getting an oversteer at all and wheel spin. I mean, this has just been one of those races where it could have been so much better, but the whole weekend has just been a complete disaster, really. If I qualified better, I could have been into the lead at the start. If I had a better setup, I could have been further ahead in that respect, and I also could have been on the back of the front guys as well, probably. This really has been a missed opportunity. I just had the pace, but the consistency and the mistakes have just been horrific, really. I mean, the consistency has been poor, the mistakes have been just creeping in, and we still have quite a few more laps of this race to go. We are actually catching Hulkenberg quite a significant amount here. I also think we're going to be struggling on these tyres towards the end with 6 laps to go. We seem to be absolutely battering them. I think they were worn from qualifying as well. I think they're the 85% tyres. Hopefully they're not the 68%, otherwise we really are screwed even more than we already were. But it's just disappointing, really. Very, very disappointing, to be honest. We are really catching Hulkenberg though. Looks like Satil's actually reeling us in though somehow on those option tyres. It will be interesting to see who gets ahead at the front, because well, that'll just be an interesting story to see, because Alonso has really missed an opportunity here. It's just been, this whole weekend has been a missed opportunity for Ferrari, to be honest. I mean, Alonso should be winning the race. He shouldn't have been somehow overcut by Mark Webber, and really he's lost out to his championship rivals, even though he's probably ahead of them still. Look at the train of cars up there. Bottas from 7th downwards is holding up a, God knows how many cars as we've got on the curb there. That could have been race ending there, if it isn't already over, to be frankly honest. Really struggling with that corner. God, these tyres are not going to be fun on the last lap by the looks of it. So yeah, look, oh crikey, oh, we've just gone purple and then we've ballsed it up. In fact, that's a bit of a wing on as well there. I was looking down at the flipping map. I was just about to say about Alonso. It looked like he was just ahead of his two championship rivals in Vettel and Hamilton there. So Hamilton has really been making a great effort of this race, to be honest. He really has come from nothing. I don't quite know how he's done it. I think it's been a missed opportunity for him as well, because I mean, if he hadn't have been down in 7th at the start and got such a poor start, then he might have been able to win this. Webber's probably not been the quickest, but he's definitely been the most consistent, as we're still catching up to Hulkenberg here, who just seems to be incredibly slow at the moment. If we'd crashed a bit earlier, we might have had half a chance of getting in the points here, but sadly not, unless we have one hell of a crash in front. Or there's a load of time penalties, that could save me potentially, but I doubt it. As I'm coming around the corner now again for the 13th time, it's very tempting to just bin it in the wall here, considering it would save uploading time as well. This video is going very long as it is compared to the last two, unsurprisingly really, especially when you expect to lose wings at Singapore. But at least it hasn't been the worst attempt at a Singapore career mode. I've seen a lot of worse ones in my time on YouTube, so we've had somewhat of an okay race here. I mean, if we'd been able to get 5th as well, that would have been even better, but look at the pace we have here compared to Hulkenberg, despite being on worn option tyres as well. I mean, it's really been unlucky. I wonder where Rosberg ended up as well after his front wing difficulties. I wonder if he was able to get back into the points or not. Okay, it does look very close up there. We probably should have selected Rosberg as our rival now that he's had such a bad race, just like us. Oh, we've gone around the corner there, and Satil's actually right on the back of us now. It's not really too surprising, considering his tyres are a lot fresher than ours, and we've actually lost time to Hulkenberg for the first time there, and we may actually get passed by Satil here, because our tyres are absolutely wrecked, and we've still got to do another lap on them. Oh, man. Oh my lord, how has that ended up with a puncture? Oh, and that, just as I say about Rosberg, there he is. Well, very disappointing there. I don't quite know how that gave me a puncture, but I mean, I think it was waiting in the wings, to be honest, considering I was on completely destroyed tyres. And I think we're just going to bin it here into the... Oh no, how did that not destroy my vehicle? That was... I am failing left, right and centre, and there we go. I don't think the team will be too happy with us as the thing rolls down the pit lane. Hang on a minute. Oh no, we didn't. I thought we had a flipping thing there, but obviously not. Oh wait, you've got to be kidding me. What? I swear I only had 2 flashbacks. Oh well, that's just annoyed me even more, because I could have rescinded my mistake. This has just been a complete disaster. This has just been a disaster this whole weekend. Looks like John Vern's DNF'd as well, so he's had an utterly abysmal race, just like me. Not Hulkenberg, well, Hulkenberg and Rosberg have had terrible races. And looks like Webber was able to seal the deal there. Very close was the fastest laps. Not really too surprising towards the front. But that's going to completely change things in the championship again. Raikkonen has got right back onto the back of us, and yep, Mark Webber's miles ahead of us now. Look how close it is in the championship. 12 points separating the top three now. Webber's still got an outside chance if he gets things together, and I've got an outside chance of leapfrogging him. And that's also brought it very, very close together in the constructors again as well, because we could have definitely benefited if I was up there again, but sadly not. And let's just see the reaction of the team here. This should be interesting. This should be very interesting. Yep, we're not really celebrating here, to say the least. We're going to push the camera away. No. Pointing the finger. Oh yes, he's about to come. There we go. So it wasn't the greatest race at all. I thought we just froze there, but thank you for watching this disastrous video. It had some good points, some good overtakes, but in the end it wasn't exactly brilliant. So thank you for watching, and until